I loved using my Insta360 Flow when I was in Japan recently. I used it every day with my iPhone. In fact, several times a day, hour after hour after hour. And as someone who is recently not a big fan of smartphone gimbals, this really was a surprise to me. But it got me thinking, what if there was a better gimbal out there? What if a company with years of experience in making smartphone gimbals had something better than the Insta360 Flow? DJI was the best at making smartphone gimbals for a long time because they worked hard on their designs and they're popular now. Their current and latest smartphone gimbal is the DJI OM6, so I wondered whether that could be competition for my Flow. Could it be even better? You can get either of these phone gimbals, the Flow, which came out in March 2023, or the OM6, which has been available since September 2022 for around the same price, and they're both portable and practical. So, which one should you go for? Stick with me as I compare these great gimbals head to head to help you make the right decision about the gimbal that will best suit you and your shooting needs. Let's dive into the design, features, and software to find out. Now, both gimbals are super portable and easy to set up from a design point of view. You just need to activate the hinge mechanism and that's it. No need for any complicated balancing procedure. The magnetic metal clamping system used by both are pretty alike. The design of Insta360's clamp appears to have taken inspiration from DJI and both function in a similar manner. One area in which Insta360 has made an improvement is by allowing the clamp to stay attached to the gimbal even when it's folded. On the flip side, DJI doesn't have a designated spot to keep its clamp, making it perhaps easier to misplace. It's also a faster deploying mechanism with the Flow because you can mount the clamp before deploying it, making it a smoother, quicker experience. With the OM6, you have to extend it first and then attach the clamp after. Not a big deal for some, but I love the feel, ease, and aesthetics of that experience where the Flow wins for me. Now, both gimbals come with a small tripod, but DJI's tripod is a separate unit that attaches to the base using a tripod screw. Insta360's Flow has a handle that incorporates a tripod, which can be extended when necessary and stored within the main body when not in use. The Osmo Mobile 6 and Insta360 Flow have telescoping extension rods that can be pulled out from the handle's top. Both choices have a single pivot point and are almost the same length, providing better movement on the tilt axis. Although it may seem heavier on paper, the Flow can actually be lighter than the Osmo Mobile 6. The weight of DJI's tripod, 72 grams, is listed separately, while Insta360's tripod is a main part of that gimbal's main body and cannot be separated. Now, for those who shoot with the tripod attached, and that's probably most of us at one time or another, the Flow then becomes a slightly lighter option. The physical size is what makes a bigger difference. The OM6 is petite, but it becomes less portable and much longer when the tripod legs are attached to it. The Flow's intelligent design enables it to be smaller than the Osmo's main body and still have the tripod functionality. Despite having different control layouts, the functionality of the gimbals remains similar. The Insta360 offers physical controls for more features in the app, such as media playback, but the joystick is not pressure sensitive, which means you can't adjust the pan and tilt speeds. However, the DJI provides complete analog joystick control while offering a less comprehensive app integration for other controls. There's one more small thing that's worth mentioning that the Insta360 Flow has built in that the OM6 does not, and that's a built-in hot shoe. Now, this is very handy for attaching something like a mic, and it's already there for you. Handy. Let's talk about features. The handle of the gimbal no longer has a battery because Insta360 moves it into the arm as a clever aspect of the Flow's design. A much larger cell can be used without any space issues from the extension rod and tripod. The Insta360 has a battery life almost twice that of the Osmo Mobile 6 and also provides more features. Both gimbals can be charged quickly through USB-C. The DJI takes less time to charge fully, but only offers around half the runtime, making that less impressive. Whatever the situation, the battery life was more than enough to meet my needs. But if you expect to shoot for extended periods like I did on my trip to Japan, Insta360 is the better choice. The Insta360 Flow has something else to impress you with its USB-C input and output. The gimbal can be used as a power bank. This could come in extremely handy if your battery runs low during a shoot, if your device that is, and it's not something that can be done with the OM6. Let's talk software. Both gimbals provide apps for both iOS and Android devices, each with similar features. You get time-lapse shooting, panoramic creation, guides to make your shots better, editing tools, color grading options, and beauty filters should you need them. Getting the DJI Mimo app on Android is a bit of a hassle since it's not on Google Play. You can easily sideload the app from DJI's website apparently, but some users might find that a bit tricky. But Insta360's app is different. It's available on the Play Store or the App Store for iOS. The applications are similar in most ways, but Insta360 is better at one thing, and it's a big thing and worth delving into in a little more detail. The Insta360 Flow outperformed DJI in my experience of the AI tracking feature in these gimbals. The Flow works well with humans even if they disappear behind something or have their back to the camera. The Flow also persists in tracking mode and will re-identify that person when he or she gets back in the frame. The Flow is also better able to recognize a subject from all angles and keep tracking it, even if the subject's shape changes as you or it moves. Finally, the Flow supports tracking in slow motion mode. Great for those cinematic shots. However, tracking in slow motion mode is not available for the OM6. There are also some unique vlogger-friendly features that the Flow has available too. For example, with the Flow, a single click of the switch button can switch between front and rear cameras during a recording. With the OM6, you have to stop recording, switch the camera, and then start a new recording. And you can also just stay immersed in the gimbal experience more easily with the Flow. To watch what you've just recorded, which I always recommend, you can use the Smart Wheel to switch between different files, fast forward, rewind, or zoom in or out on a file, and then after viewing your file, single click the power button to return to the shooting page. For the OM6, you have to do all that using your phone controls. So, the Insta360 Flow and DJI OM6 are top-notch smartphone gimbals. They're especially great if you're worried about size and weight. Of the two here, I think the Insta360 Flow is the more compelling option. This is mainly down to its excellent tracking abilities, its smaller size, and its superior battery life, as well as being able to use it as a power bank to charge your various devices. That's really incredible value if putting in 14 to 16 hour days when traveling. The Insta360 app is the one I like best, even though DJI software is also good. There are a couple of other software functions I really like on the Flow that I haven't mentioned yet, like 360 panoramic photos, the only smartphone gimbal that can shoot 360 photos, and also widescreen mode. This is where you can shoot cinematic footage with a 2.35 to 1 frame ratio and a wide range of instant filters without using an additional anamorphic lens. It actually gives you a lovely effect. That said, the DJI Osmo Mobile 6 is still a good option and it has advantages of its own. The build quality perhaps feels a touch sturdier, the joystick offers more granular control, and the tripod feels less flimsy, even though it takes up more space in your bag. Though I'd take the convenience of the Flow's built-in functionality tripod every time. Both gadgets are capable of producing very similar results, and you'd probably be happy with either one. But currently, Insta360 provides more value for money. Okay, this is just me walking along with the OM6. But look at the road behind me and the sky behind me. You can see it's looking quite blown out. But this is how it performs with me just walking along. Let's try it with the Flow. Okay, and then this is using the same camera, using the Flow. And you can see a bit more detail here in the road and a little bit in the sky. But
Yes, tricky these conditions.
I think you might like my original video about the Flow, and YouTube thinks you'd also like this. Thanks for watching. Drop me a comment maybe about what you think, and have fun out there.